So first and foremost, thank everybody for coming out. So the whole point of this is, getting everybody together. I know a lot of us may have differences in our past, but, coming together as a collective, showing everybody that this is what Seaside is about. We can all work together as a collective. We can all build bridges and just keep moving forward. First and foremost, I want to thank the Village Project for even providing me the opportunity to even be here, because I wouldn't be here without the Village Project. I want to thank Mr. Mayor for coming out as well. It's an honor to have you here, and I know the kids know this, or the students, the youth know this as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Council, for being here as well. Thank you, Monterey PD, for showing up. Y'all didn't have to, you went out your way. So thank you so much for coming as well. And thank you to all my colleagues and our ED, Stacy, thank you for coming here as well. But most important, the youth. I'm here for y'all. So I wouldn't be here really if it wasn't for y'all. So I appreciate all y'all, over the last year or so, working together. And, the way y'all show for me, I'm going to continue to show for you. Everybody in this room, if you guys need anything, help for anything, they're all here to, help out in any way that they can. So first and foremost, Mr. Mason, would you like to say a couple words to the group?
My name is Mel Mason, and along with my wife, Regina, we created the Village Project back in 2008. And so this agency has been around since then. And we've gotten a lot of support from, City of Seaside, other foundations and agencies throughout the state of California. The Village Project has become a widely recognized agency because of the work that we do and the work that you all now are becoming part of. The U.S. Congress recognizes the work that the Village Project has done, and we take pride in the fact that we were born in Seaside. What's happening here today? Well, first and foremost, when we have a program that we do on Saturdays. We weren't able to do it today because, the power was out, the trees were uprooted, and everything else. Folks are going to be okay. But we always start out our kind of official ceremonies which is in the African tradition, we call it libation. And basically libation is bringing all of our ancestors, the spirit of our ancestors, into whatever gathering we have. Now, libation is not just relegated to people of African ancestry. If you go back and you look at the Aztec ceremonies, if you look at the Mayan ceremonies, if you look at all of the indigenous ceremonies that people have had throughout the centuries, we all call on our ancestors. Our ancestors are incredibly important to us, and any kind of work that we're doing that is productive and positive. And so what I wanted to do, we usually have a plant and we have some water. The plant is a living thing. The water represents life. We pour the water, and then we yell out the name of an ancestor, somebody either in our family who's passed on or somebody who was one of our ancestors in history. So if you guys can bear with us, I'd like to do that now. And so we don't have the plant, we don't have the water, but when I say I pour libation for, then I want each of us to yell out the name of somebody either in our family or somebody that we know from history who is from our heritage, and yell that name out. And then after we do that, then we will say Ashe, which means, and so it is, okay? So why don't we do that? So I'll say, I pour libation for, and then everybody just say a name. I pour libation for
Julie Wells. Dred McCall.
Okay. And then after we do that, now they've joined us. The spirit of our ancestors have joined us. And as we tell our youngsters, now that you've invited the ancestors in here, it's probably good for us to behave. So, and most of the time that works. And then we all say Ashe, so everybody can say Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe, okay, and that means and so it is. So that just basically solidifies the fact that we have invited our ancestors in. After this, I'll be pretty brief. The Elevate Youth Program, thankfully we have Jake here who's been running that program. I don't know how much you guys have taken into your minds about what this program is about, But the big thing is systems change. You know, and you're gonna have fun today. I used to play basketball. That's one of the reasons why I'm walking around with this thing. But you guys are gonna have fun today. But also know that what this represents, when you look around at each other, this represents unity. You know, and there's not just one so-called race of us that are here. We're here from all different ethnic groups. My experience has been, I'll be 82 years old next month. I was involved as an activist almost 60 years ago. That's when I first began. And I began with the Black Panther Party. I was a member of the Black Panther Party. One of the things that always stood out to me, and one of the things that I learned from being in the party, was that we can't do this fight alone. And in fact, we have so many of us that have the same issues that we sometimes allow ourselves to get tricked into fighting each other instead of fighting the system. And as long as we're fighting each other, the system has nothing to worry about. Okay? So I want you to think about this all the time, because one of the things that we did as an organization was to develop coalitions. The very first coalition that the Black Panther Party worked and helped to solidify was a coalition that we had with a group called the Brown Berets. You guys ever heard the Brown Berets? Okay, you need to read. You need to read up, okay? The Brown Berets were a revolutionary Latino organization made up mainly of young folk of Mexican ancestry. That relationship then caused other relationships to happen. So we went from having a partnership with the Brown Berets to having a partnership with a group called the Red Guard, which is Japanese American revolutionaries. We had another group called the Yellow Peril, Chinese American revolutionaries. We helped to bring into birth the American Indian movement. We helped to bring into birth a party called the Peace and Freedom Party, which was primarily white. But one of our party leaders, Eldridge Cleaver, was their first candidate for president. But all of these organizations worked together. That, I think, scared the system, because we were no longer now fighting each other. We were working together with each other. And we've had that experience here over these years that I grew up in Seaside. And we've had the experience of where all of us were working together to bring about change. The minute that change stopped happening was when we started fighting each other. Because it was not in our interest to fight each other. It was in somebody else's interest to have us fighting together. So what we represent here today is what really needs to happen and needs to stay happening. It needs to stay happening on a constant basis, day after day after day. Because we can't change the system if we're fighting each other. But boy, can we change the system if we fight together. Is that understandable? Yes. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So I'm just so happy that this is happening today. Thank you again, Jay. Thank you for the support from the city. Thank you for the support from the Boys and Girls Club. And even though I'm old as hell, I'm still around as a resource. I still carry out my struggle, my part of the struggle and stuff as well, because until they put me in Mission Memorial Park, I'm going to be continuing to fight for system change as well, and I'll be right there with you all. But I'm just so happy to see all of you young people coming together to do the right thing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jay.
Just the only thing I want to say, many of you don't know this, Mel was MVP of Monterey High, leading scorer at NBC, got a scholarship, and if it wasn't in my verbiage for a whole lot of stupid people that did a whole lot of injustice, he'd be a pro athlete playing in the NBA. I know many of you know that and had probably living on a hill with millions and millions of dollars. But some people screwed him over, in the nicest word I could say, that he didn't have that opportunity. He came back to Seaside to provide us the opportunity. And I think he would say, might say, during his career, even now, he had to work as a team, as a family, with all cultures and all people.
Yes.
And you always don't get along, and that's okay. But sooner or later, in order to win the game, you gotta get along. And I think he's one of the leaders of Seaside. And watching him play ball, and I was playing a little bit, not of that quality, but we understand that team, family, working together with bad coaches and good coaches and bad athletes and good athletes, you got to work together and help one another. And coming together as a family, working together, we all become better. So basically, that's the story in a nutshell. We're working together, being family, like each other, not like you got to work together. Thank you.
Good job, Dave.
Great. I think it's important that we're all here today. Shout out to the Village Project Police Department that's here today. But I also want to give credit where credit's due. And I want to highlight and shout out Ms. Regina Mason, because both Mr. Mason and Mrs. Mason have been instrumental in our community's history. And you being here today is important. You're taking this seriously. We're building partnerships. And just like the Mayor Pro Tem mentioned, we work better when we work together. And I think that's the vision that us as a council tend to do. We tend to work together to make sure that we're moving our community forward, that you guys feel safe here in our community. But we need all of you to do your part as well and make this a better community, not only for your generation, but for the next generation that's to come, your siblings, your cousins, and future kids that you might have. So it's important that we all work together, because this isn't just one person's effort, it's a collective effort. And by you being here and by council being here, we're showing our support. Now we hope that you can show your support to the city back as well. Thank you. And I'm the council member Garcia Arzola.
I'm Rita Burks. I'm a part of our city council. I've also been part of this school district for 15 years. I know change is very uncomfortable, so the fact that everybody here is willing to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation for positive change is awesome. So thank you. Like he was saying, there is a lot of youth in Seaside that are looking up to each and every one of you. They want to be just like you, and you've got the opportunity to make a positive change for your future and for their future. So thank you to everyone here who we've looked up to, and for all of you future leaders. Thank you.
I'm Ian Oglesby, the mayor of the City of Seaside. And I want to thank Ron Johnson and the Boys and Girls Club for all they do for youth in our community and allowing us to meet here today to have this fun that we hope you guys will have together. Thank the Village Project and leadership underneath Mel Mason and Regina Mason, and Mel know he's my icon, so that goes without saying. But we appreciate Ron and the whole group of what's going on. Particularly, Monterey Police Department is here. I'm sure Seaside Police Department and Fire would have been here, but they're out, trying to give people powers, cutting trees. That's what we look for, cutting trees and making sure people don't speed through stop signs that don't have lights right now, right? Otherwise, Seaside Police will be here. Know that they want to be here. I wanted to go last in this part. I know other people will speak. But I wanted to say for the City of Seaside, especially for you guys who's here that's playing basketball and having fun. All these adults are here for you, so you can see that we care about you. That's all we can do is try to, get close to you, to tell you we care, to show up as much as we can, to show you that, right? And do other things to provide resources for you, right? And so we're trying to do our part. And all we're asking you guys to do is do your part, which is, live your life, have fun, but don't fall into hurting each other just to be hurting each other, right? Don't fall into that trap. Live your life, get your education, try to go to wherever you want to go in the world, but don't get bogged down into this little spot and think you have to hurt someone else to get something.
All right.
And that's what we're here today for. We don't want you to be hurt. We want you to grow up and do everything that you want to do in your life. And so when we show up here, that's what we're showing up for. Not to tell you what to do, but to show that we care, that you don't get hurt. And so that's why I'm here, and we will continue to show up for you. We will continue to do our best to provide resources in your community so you can have more fun, so you can do more stuff, and you can have other things to do than someone telling you to hurt each other. And then that's the way you live your life, because we want you to have fun, go to school, and go wherever you want to go after that. So that's why I'm here. And I appreciate you guys taking the time to be here, because you could be somewhere else, especially today with the weather being the way it is. I know for me, you know, I had some trees that come down my yard, and my fence came down, and I think Rita's without electricity, and I know other things. So we could be at home, right, with that excuse. But we're here today trying to make sure this place is open so you guys can have a little bit of fun and get to know each other. So please do that, and then, you know, we're here to help you. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Johnson, would you like to say a couple words?
Mayor Oglesby said a lot of the things that I was thinking of saying. We're here for you guys. You guys could have been a lot of places today, other places, and all these grown-ups here today, they all can be someplace too, but they care about kids like I do, and my mother did, my family does. And so we want you to know that we want you to be successful. And anything we can do to be a part of your success, use us as a resource. Use this club as a resource. Use the Village Project and the great people over there as resources to get to where you want to get to the next level. You don't want to get to the next level, right? Right? So take advantage of that. It's not just all going to come to you. Like I know some people that just, they want someone famous to knock on the door and tell them, we want you to be a star. Please come with us and we'll train. It's not going to happen like that. You have to go get it. You have to go get it. So really, though, the main message for me today is that we are all friends here, right? Correct. And how many of us, a lot of us maybe don't know, like maybe you don't know this person, you don't know that person. Make the effort today, in this time that we have left, to make a friend that you didn't know before you got here today. Okay? Just let that be your goal today. Make one friend, make one new friend today. All right? That's all I can say.
I go by J2. I'm an artist from this area. I went to school at Seaside High. I played football at NPC, and then I played football Division I in the San Diego. And now I make music. Now I train kids. Like I train all the athletes in this area, and I speak. I'm a public speaker now. And I got this, I found out about this because of one of my good friends. I feel like the message that everybody's pushing today is being together. Like we're all supposed to be family. Right? And it's like, I had to change my perspective at one point in my life. I used to fight too, you know. But it's like, I had to think to myself, what good comes out of a fight? If I was fighting Jake, like me and Jake was beefing all our life, he wouldn't even call me to come speak to you guys. That's a friend I got for life right there. And the other thing is like, y'all can hear it in my voice. Like, I care about you guys too. But ultimately it's like, what I want to tell you guys is, if you want something in life, you got to go after it. Like Ron was just saying, Jake wouldn't know that I want to speak, but I'm online every day pushing I'm a speaker. He knows to reach out to me. Like, Alexis is my really good friend. He's on city council. I met Alexis because I was outside speaking. That's a really good friend of mine. The thing I'm pushing to everybody, the more friends we have, the better. I don't want no enemies. Anybody that crosses my path gets love. Nothing good comes out of a fight. Nothing good comes from having an enemy. I'm gonna flip it here too. You know, man, we ain't had no electricity today, right? my phone's dead. I took a cold shower. Couldn't be, like, it's hard to be thankful for things until we be present. It's hard to be thankful for electricity until we lose it. It's hard to be thankful for our parents until they're gone. You know, it's hard to be thankful for basketball until we can't play no more. And it's like, I want to tell you guys, start being thankful a little bit more. Start being present a little bit more. Like, show love to each other, for real. Because everything that I got in life is because I've been good to somebody. Anything that's bad that's happened in my life is because I did somebody wrong. But, you know, sorry for being so emotional. But, you know, I just want to say, man, I'm proud of you guys for being here. And anytime you see me, man, come say what's up, for real. And I forgot my shoes. I forgot my shoes because I was really finna hoop. But I just got into town and I wasn't able to go home. But I'm gonna hoop too. But I just want to leave y'all with that message. Anybody that comes in your presence, show love. Your friends is doing wrong. I ain't doing that. Be a leader, not a follower. That's all I had.
Stacy's our executive director at the Village Project. So we just want to highlight just a few, first and foremost, all y'all leaders. Y'all know that, all y'all leaders. So we just want to highlight just a few students that have, you know, done, a lot of significant work this year. So Uchenna Bamuino, I don't want to butcher it, you know, but Sua, please come up here.
J. Reina Martinez.
Charles Holliclean.
Mr. Jaden Garrett.
Gian Mitchell. He walked up.
And Omar Velasco. So this award is a leadership award, and it is Becoming the Change. So this award is in recognition of your outstanding dedication, leadership, and commitment to inspiring positive change in our community. Your unwavering determination and compassion have empowered others and demonstrated what it means to truly lead by example. Thank you for being a beacon of hope and a catalyst for transformation. This is presented to you all on the 14th day of December 2024 by Mr. Jake Osborne, the EYC Program Manager, and myself, Executive Director of the Village Project.
Thank you all, for really, inspiring change, and building those bridges. It's not easy, sometimes it's uncomfortable, but, it takes that certain type of individual to, fight that battle. Like everybody is saying in this room, we're here for you. We're all proud of you. We're all proud of all of y'all because, like Jay was saying, you are all leaders. We've all been in similar circumstances. We've had to go through many obstacles as well, overcome those challenges. We're still fighting that battle today, but we can all do it together. We all are working together, and I'm really joyful. It makes me happy to see that everybody, despite the circumstances, still came out, still showed up, and you are all the future. You are all the change, and we're just here to elevate all of y'all. So thank you so much.
Everybody knows me, Mr. Ron. I'm with Village Project, Youth Violence Intervention and Mentoring. I'm sure I've talked to you guys individually and together in groups. Just like that laptop at school, that pencil, I'm a resource. Reach out to me. I done probably put out 1,000 cards to the schools, to the students, teachers. So everybody has a way to contact me. You guys got a problem, no matter how small, no matter how big, hit me up.
Once again, you know, we all thank you for being here, and yeah, let's hoop, let's eat, let's have a good time, and thank you all. And make sure y'all sign in at the sign-up sheets as well. Thank y'all for being here.